In today's video, I'm going to be putting all the past Champions League winners into the Premier League. There are 22, but unfortunately, Stal Bucharesti and Red Star Belgrade are not in the game anymore. So we're going to carry on with these 20 teams. Ajax, Aston Villa, Bayern, Celtic, Chelsea, Dortmund, Barcelona, Porto, Feyenoord, Hamburg, Inter, Juventus, Liverpool, Manchester United, Milan, Nottingham Forest, Marseille, PSV, Real Madrid and Benfica at the bottom right there. I'm going to simulate 4 seasons because there's 4 places for qualification for the Champions League in England, and we'll see who performs the best and which team out of these 20 is your favourite. Put that down in the comment section down below and make sure you've left that like as well, and subscribe if you're new to see more of these kinds of videos. So after Season 1, Real Madrid absolutely smash out the park, 11 points clear of Manchester United. Then there's Bayern joint on points. Barcelona then make up the 4th spot to qualify for the Champions League. Dortmund come 5th and get into the Europa League. Juventus and Inter and Chelsea quite close, as well as Benfica doing quite well actually. Looking down, Porto do very well, and Celtic do much better than expected, beating the likes of Milan, Ajax, Feyenoord. Some very good quality teams that I would have expected to beat Celtic in the league, but I was wrong. At the bottom then you've got Hamburg, Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest. They're in relegation, so they're going to be in the Champions League next season. I'll show you that as well. But Nottingham Forest, 15 points. They've had an absolutely atrocious season. I know a lot of the teams in here are better than them, but I said Aston Villa got 29 points and they only got 15. That is not very good. So in the FA Cup, Manchester United win it against Chelsea 2-1. And then in the Carabao Cup, Barcelona beat Liverpool 3-0 to win that. So they've come 4th and they've managed to win the Carabao Cup. Not a bad season for English football for Barcelona. And then after Season 2, Barcelona are winning the league. Well, they have won the league. Bayern have come 2nd, Juventus make up the 3rd spot, and Real Madrid make up the 4th spot. Much worse than last season for Real Madrid, but they've still got a decent chance to win the Champions League once again, which is good for them. A few teams, Manchester United have struggled again, Chelsea done a bit better, Milan have done much better this time, and you can see it's much different to last season. You see Norwich and Wolves down there, but also you've got Celtic at the bottom. Think about their season last time. They were doing very well in 13th place. That's all turned to, well, the tables have turned really. It's all changed. And Celtic now are bottom of the league. But in the Championship, 105 points. Hamburg are champions. Burnley join them in the Premier League with 93 points. And then Aston Villa down in 9th and Nottingham Forest down in 14th place. Not a great season for those two really, but maybe we'll see them back in the Premier League if they have a good season in the Championship. So Bayern Munich, they win the FA Cup. They beat Wolves, and I feel quite sorry for Wolves to get to the final. They get all that good stuff and get to the final, winning all these teams, and then they end up getting Bayern Munich in the final and then losing. But 2-1 is quite a respectable score against Bayern Munich. So in the Carabao Cup, Bayern Munich win it again, this time against German opposition Hamburg 2-1. But it's the same scoreline as when they won the FA Cup. Then in the Champions League, Real Madrid, they go and win it against Manchester United. Wow, 2-1. Brilliant scoreline there for Real Madrid. They'll be very happy with that. Bayern Munich, who won the domestic cups, fail by losing to Real Madrid 3-2 in the semi-final. Chelsea, on penalties, they are now champions of the Europa League. They beat Inter 4-3 in penalties after a 2-2 scoreline from the 90th minute onwards. Okay, so Barcelona then win the league in the 3rd season, 78 points, only 1 point clear of Manchester United. Milan having an incredible season, a huge improvement from last time, 3rd place. Real Madrid 4th again, Bayern in the Europa League, but Chelsea, Juventus, Ajax, Inter, PSV, Benfica seem to get that mid-table spot fairly often. Liverpool are quite low down really. I was expecting Liverpool to be a bit better, especially, you know, when you compare them against Ajax and PSV. Everton though, they're in there, not doing too bad, 14th place overall. But they're down a bit further then, You've got Hamburg getting relegated again. Dortmund, which is surprising. I was not expecting Dortmund to get relegated. And QPR, which that's not really a surprise at all, really. They're a championship club in real life. We wouldn't expect them to beat these teams up at the top. Anyway, in the championship, Wolves win 99 points. Celtic get back to the Premier League, 98 points, a point behind the champions. Aston Villa into the playoff places. And Nottingham Forest are 11th place. So a bit better than last season, but still not that great. Now, Real Madrid, who won the Champions League last season, have now won the FA Cup against Barcelona. There's an El Clasico FA Cup final, which is quite exciting, isn't it? And then, in the Carabao Cup, Manchester United win that against Nottingham Forest. A great season in the Cup for them. 1-0 isn't a bad result for Nottingham Forest, and they'll go home happy. So, Chelsea have beaten Real Madrid to win the Super Cup. Real Madrid beat Juventus to win the Champions League. And then in the Europa League, Manchester United beat Bayer Leverkusen, who I'm sure will be very happy now that Dortmund and Bayern Munich have left their division. They've probably won it quite a few times now. So, after Season 4, the final season in this FIFA 18 experiment, Barcelona win it again, 90 points, 9 clear of Real Madrid and Bayern, who are both joint on points, and Manchester United make up the 4th spot. Unlucky for Chelsea, only coming 5th due to goal difference, but it is a lot of goals actually, 10 goals in fact. Milan fall just outside the top 5 there, so they miss out on European qualification. Liverpool do a bit better, Porto had a great season as well. And Celtic, unfortunately, are back to the Championship once again. Wolves and Leeds will join them. So, in the Championship, Sunderland 93 points, 88 to Aston Villa, who will be back into the Premier League next season. Hamburg have an opportunity to get back to the Premier League. Dortmund down in 16th place. What has happened there? Also, Nottingham Forest are in 6th. So, in the FA Cup, Barcelona beat AC Milan 1-0 to win that. In the Carabao Cup, Hamburg, they go and win against AC Milan. And then in Europe, no actually no, not in Europe, in the Champions playoffs, we'll get to that soon. Championship playoffs, Hamburg, they beat Brentford 2-1. They're in the Premier League for next season, even though we won't be seeing that. And then in the in the Super Cup, I'm getting confused here. In the Super Cup, Manchester United have beaten Real Madrid 2-1. Then this is Champions League. I've got that right. It's brilliant. Manchester United win that against Atletico Madrid 2-0. Clean sheet for Manchester United. They'll have that. They'll definitely have that. Villarreal then beat Chelsea 2-1 to win Europa League. Thank you guys for watching this so far. Hopefully you got to this stage in the video. And what I've concluded is where some of these teams can finish, and some of these teams are much better than expect. Like, some teams have incredible seasons out of the blue and then they'll just be terrible. Dortmund really did deteriorate over the few seasons, coming 16th in the Championship in the final season. That is atrocious. So really, if you keep these teams and keep them playing against the top teams, they will eventually just deteriorate in some cases and not do very well. But other teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Manchester United will prosper and have an incredible season. Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you in the next one.